welcome back to another episode of Thriller Thrifts. And today I think we're just gonna get right into it. Our first item is this Bub L Breezer Bubble Machine Gag Gift. It was purchased at a yard sale for only $2 and it sold in over a year for $30 plus shipping. At first I was hesitant to buy this, but my partner was pretty insistent because it's a vintage type toy. And now that I look at it more, I can see it like on a shelf for like an eternity bar, but I have no idea if it would actually work. The bubbles, if they would come out on this end here. I wouldn't want to own it, but I can see people who find it funny. And there's like this poem on the back too. It says, "There was once a guy named Breezer. His pants are down, but he's no teaser. From his position he may seem supple, but all he wants is to make bubbles. Don't worry, the bubbles don't smell. Why, there's so much of it. How can you tell? So bring Bub L home for a laugh, because he's got a talent many don't have." So if you find this funny, this gift is for you. Our next item is this Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis box collection. This was purchased at a yard sale for $1, and it actually had sold once 2 years ago, but it was returned. So the price has slowly been dropping since then. We're just trying to get rid of it. And it finally sold after 2.5 years entirely for $7.19 plus shipping. So I hope this person doesn't return it as well. And Dean Martin, Jerry Lewis are a comedy duo from the late 1940s, where they had a run for about 10 years before splitting due to drama. And this box is brand new, so it's probably going to someone who needed the entire collection because there's only clips online. It's probably more nostalgic for this duo, or maybe just doing some research. This next item is one of my favorites. This is the Otagiri Sea Otters coffee mug. And it was purchased at a yard sale for only $1. And it sold in 6 months for $13.49 plus shipping. My only thought is just how adorable these otters are. It's like a little family going. There's one playing with a ball. There's a baby on the stomach. And they're just floating in the river. And I just think it's so cute. And it's made in Japan. The bottom has like anti-friction base on it. I don't know how much it would hold, but it's so cute. Our next item is more dishware. This is Fitz and Floyd Everyday White Dinner and Salad Plates. We had purchased 8 dinner and 8 salad plates at a thrift store for $17.48. And this one buyer purchased one set of the 4 dinner plates on the bottom, the bigger ones, and then one set of 4 salad plates, this top one. So each had a purchase price of $8.74, and the dinner plates sold for $37.99, and the salad plates sold for $33.24 plus shipping. This brand is known for their hand-painted ceramic serveware, but I guess these are more of their basic sets since they haven't been painted, or maybe they were just painted white. And they're more flat and square than other dinner plates that we've sold. So this is more for presentation and having a set for maybe hosting or some other gathering that they have going on. Our next item is a cosmetic. This is the Derek Lam 10 Crosby Something Wild Eau de Parfum spray, and it's 1.7 fluid ounces. This was purchased at a yard sale for $5 and it sold in 7 months for $15.53 plus shipping. I had thought it originally sell for more because that's usually how these interesting perfumes go. But that's okay. $15 is still a good sale. And this one has a more of like a vanilla scent. It's not brand new, but it's mostly full. So maybe they just didn't like it and just wanted to sell it at that yard sale. But I like this design. It's very unique. I haven't seen something like this before. We're split in the middle. The next item that sold is another adorable item. This is the animated musical Christmas snowman plush, and it sings Let It Snow. And this was purchased at a estate sale for only $1. I think we just found it like in a bin of plushies. And it sold in 5 months for $18.99 plus shipping. I like this snowman. I think this one is very cute. However, I never liked the concept of like Frosty the Snowman. I didn't like the classic animation, nor did I like Frosty. And I just don't like how the snowman always have to melt. But Let It Snow is a copyrighted song, so please enjoy some footage of it dancing. Our next item is something that I didn't even remember that we had. This is the SH Figure Arts Body Kun Pale Orange Action Figure. This was purchased at a thrift store for $3.92 and it's sold in a year and a half for $64 plus shipping. This is used to help draw figures by getting the fundamentals of the body movements. Specifically, this one has more human features to it, and you can move the arms, the legs, the torso, the head even. This is a Japanese brand. It's not brand new. Someone had opened it and put it back in the box how it is. So they probably didn't have that much use for it. But I think it's very interesting, and you can even switch out the hands here as well. Our next item is another set of white dishware. This is a lot of 3 Falt Scrap Heritage White Casserole dishes. These were purchased at a thrift store for $1.75, and they sold for $16 plus shipping in 20 days. So these could have sold a bit more, but there is some crazing on it, meaning small cracks in the glaze on some of these. This company was founded in 1811, and they are known for having these 12 edges. So not entirely smooth on the side, with those 12 edges. They say that the quality of these plates can vary. But I don't ever usually use a casserole dish, but they are very handy to have on you for like family style dishes and for something that's quicker to just put in the oven to bake something. This next item is a little something different. This is the Lacrosse Technology 810-1461 weather radio. This was purchased at an estate sale for $6.60 and it's sold in 2 months for $20 plus shipping. These radios are specific in that they broadcast continuous weather information from local and national weather service offices. So I usually get my weather from my local news channel because I like the meteorologist there.
I have been here since 3:30 this morning. Yeah. And it is now, I don't even know what time it is, 9:45. I'm exhausted. I've run out of things to say. It is snowing and it sucks here.
As well as just quickly on my phone. But these would be useful in an actual weather emergency where services might be down. It even comes with a flashlight for those emergencies. And it's a good size too. So I think this also extends for better signal and gives you nice directions to use them. This next item is a plushie, and for the holiday season, this is a Rafa Jewish Boy Squishmallow. This was purchased at a thrift store for $3.92, and it sold in almost 2 years for $31.49 plus shipping. So we've had this little boy for a while now, and I've been waiting for one of these holiday seasons for it to find a new home. The market for squishmallows is pretty saturated and are common at thrift stores and garage sales because people just have so many of them because they are very cute and they are very soft. They make so many different types. So this one was more niche, therefore it sold a little bit more. It's not one of the huge sizes. It's kind of like the size of your head. It's specifically for Hanukkah. And usually I see more animal squishmallows, so the people ones are interesting. The next item that's sold is a personal item. This is the Tommy Hilfiger TH Flex Supreme White Slim Fit Stretch Dress Shirt. This sold in about 2 months for $13 plus shipping to size 15, 32, 33. There's some yellowing on the collar, plus the fit didn't fit anymore, but a brand new one can cost up to $99 on the website currently. So you didn't want this to go to waste. Men's clothing, they don't often have spaces for resale nowadays, like in Depop or ThredUp. So eBay is another place to look for clothing specifically for men. Next up, we have an item that's sold from a set. This is the Glacier Bay 86-inch handheld replacement shower hose. This was purchased at a yard sale with all the other shower supplies from our previous video. And this one had a purchase price of $1, and it sold in 21 days for $14.39 with local pickup. So we had to speak to the buyer and they're going to meet with them later. So I've never really used a shower hose in the shower, but this is useful for hard to reach areas, and you can install it yourself as well. This next item that's sold is a book, specifically a cookbook. This is Mexico Through My Kitchen Window by Maria de Carbia. This cookbook was published in 1961 as a first edition / printing. It was purchased at a thrift store for $2.94 and sold in a year and a half for $10.79 plus shipping. So the author has both French and Mexican influences. This book contains many different recipes as well as some drawings and seems pretty straightforward, as most cookbooks are.
It's a cookbook! It's a cookbook!
All the different meats, soups, and recipes that I've never seen before. So this also has this frayed edging that sometimes I find annoying when reading different novels. But this is still intact, and I love the vintage look on the cover. This next item is another book, also in similar condition. This is the How to Fish from Top to Bottom by Sid Gordon. This book was published in 1957 and is a guide for different types of fishing techniques and other basics, including angling. It was purchased at an estate sale for $2, and it sold in almost 2 years for only $4.94 plus shipping. So we're just kind of happy to see it go and find a new home. As a child, I was dragged to fishing events by my father, and I do not have the fondest memories of them. I always had to use the bathroom because we were like on a lake. However, I refused to just go into the woods. Well, so this hobby did not stick with me. However, I understand those who do like it because you're outside all day and it's good for your mental health. Plus, it's a really nice skill.
Just slow down a little bit. Get on a boat, do a little bit of fishing, have a couple drinks, noodle around on the guitar. And now I'm Jimmy Buffett. Great, thanks.
So this contains pictures, more descriptions on how to fish. I will not be reading this, but hopefully whoever purchased it can get some cool tips. This next item is not only a plushie, but it's an animatronic. This is the animated Christmas tree Cuddle Barn Rockin' Robbie. And we had purchased this at an estate sale for $4. It was inside this bin full of shoes. And it's sold in 5 months for $26.99 plus shipping. This plays Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, and the mouth also moves while it sings. So again, like the other one of the other snowman, Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree is copyrighted. So please enjoy some Christmas music as you see this cool little tree dance. The next item is something you could still use around the holiday season. This is the YNG Electronic Co. Power Supply Transformer YP-027. This was purchased in a power supply bundle in a estate sale, and it came out to be 80 cents per unit, so this was 80 cents. And it sold in 9 months for $15.29 with free shipping. There's even a little graphic here to show, I think, the transformer output voltage. That's kind of cute. And so at these estate sales, they'll also just bundle random power supplies around the house that just accumulated. And this is useful if you just need one on handy. This next item is another electronic. This is the Logitech Pro X Super Light Wireless Gaming Mouse. This was a personal item, so my partner is a gamer and just wanted to upgrade his mouse, but thought that this one was still a good deal. And it sold in 2 days for $47.99 plus shipping. So I don't know what the actual purchase price was, but still a mouse for almost $50. Resale is pretty good too.
You spent 14 hours in a PC Bang?
But that was because I was drunk and didn't have anywhere to go. So
Right.
I played games for 14 hours.
So many games were played with this, and you can hear the clicking where the fingers go. A little bit of faded. This next item is a niche find. This is God's Prophetic Word by Foy E. Wallace Jr. It's a book on, I think, his summaries of different passages of the Bible. And this book, kind of worn, because it's from 1946. So this author has multiple books that sell in $30 to $40 range. And this one was purchased at a thrift store for $2.94. And it sold in 1.5 years for $30 plus shipping. So in that same price range. There's even some writing in it a little bit, probably from the previous owner. Some pages were circled, underlined, and I assume we'll just be going on to another shelf with other religious texts. And now switching back to electronics from books. Next we have these Apple AirPods Pro 2nd generation left and right earbuds. So that's 2 right, and then 2 left. Nope, this one. These 2 left, 2 right. And these were personal items, so my partner had used these for the past few years. These were listed separately with the quantity of 2, but one person just bought all the 4 pieces together. So they sold for $239.96 plus shipping. and altogether in about 5 days. And AirPods sell better when parted out. I also have a pair of AirPods since I paired them with my iPhone, and they can be easy to lose, so you see a lot of just buying one side of each. Then continuing with the AirPod trend, next we have this Apple AirPod Pro first generation, the left earbud. So it's not exactly a repeat sale, but a similar device. And this is also again another personal item. It sold in 5 days for $36.99 plus shipping. So these first came out in 2016. And I remember there was so much buzz because people thought there would be other advancements instead of having just like wireless earbuds. Although I do have some nostalgia and memories of having like a wired headphone, because if you had a crush on a guy and when you tried to flirt with him, you could share your music, and then you would have to be like really close to each other to share because you're just connected by a string. But prices still seem to be fairly steady for these, as they sold for the same price we had sold them for 6 months ago, and even with the third generation coming out. So there's a lot of buzz with Apple right now, especially the iPhone 17. And for our last item, back again in the Christmas spirit, this is the Jemmy Scooby-Doo Christmas stocking. This was purchased at a thrift store for $4.41. And unfortunately, it did not work. It makes sounds due to a heavy corrosion in the battery compartment in the back here after testing it out, but it still works. It's just like a general stocking and Scooby-Doo themed. So this sold for parts and repair for $8 plus shipping in about 1 week. And I think this is really fun. It's a kind of big stocking too. Has the name Scooby-Doo on it, and the ears, little sleigh bells on there. He looks so cute.